Hi, I'm Vicki Payne and welcome to For Your Home. Today we're going to be looking at the elements that give a home its style and character. And then we're going to break those down to the decisions that you need to make in order to personalize your new custom home. It's all coming up next on FYH.
For Your Home is made possible by
Anderson Hardwood, committed to producing distinctive, environmentally responsible hardwood flooring while helping to create a better planet for today and tomorrow. For more information, go to andersonfloors.com. Anderson, naturally.
and by Ames. Ames True Timber has offered innovative landscape products since 1774, providing non-powered lawn and garden tools, wheelbarrows and lawn carts, watering products and decorative accessories, including planters. And by
Custom Home Furnishings Academy, where the professionals learn to sew window treatments.
This journey began by gathering together our dream team. The house was designed and a plan was set into motion. The next step was breaking ground. Since then, we have made all the exterior and the insulation choices. Windows and doors have gone in, roofing and siding is up, and our stonework is well underway. Now we're moving inside to make some important architectural design and material choices. Once our house was all framed out, the next step was the drywall process. Now, drywall is a structural material, and it's really important because if you do a bad job at this stage, it will affect the appearance of your house forever. So we have a special guest here with us today, Don Taylor. He's from Certainty, and he is a drywall expert, or so they say, right, Don?
So they say.
You know, Don, let me ask you, because most of us just take drywall for granted. It's in our house, or like you in the building trade call it gypsum board. But what are some of the things that we should consider when we're selecting drywall?
Well, Vicki, there's two important points to consider when considering which drywall to use in your house. One is performance, and the other one is aesthetics. And in performance, you might want to fine-tune your product to meet certain characteristics. The industry makes all types of boards to include mold and moisture resistant, fire resistant, abuse resistant, and impact resistant.
So wherever we're using it, that's really what we want to...
That's the one that you would pick for that. And you can fine-tune it for per room, per area of the house. And then the other one is aesthetics. And aesthetics, it's important, as you said, to get the smooth monolithic look of the wall that you're after, so that when you put the paint on the wall, you don't have the imperfections and the problems.
Yeah, and that's when it really shows up.
That's when you really have the headaches.
Well, now that we know what our goal is, to meet those special requirements in the particular areas, and aesthetically what we're looking for, is the product that we're working with today, is it going to be able to meet those goals for us?
Yes, definitely. This product is actually a mold and mold and moisture resistant product. It's 5/8 inch thick, the sample you're holding there, and it's actually got water resistant core as well as a mold and water resistant paper, which will give you the mold and moisture resistance concerned about here in the Carolinas.
Yeah, because that's a real concern of people here, is the mold, and like in Florida and different kind of areas. So how does this really become like a paperless drywall? I hear that term all the time.
Well, this product is actually a paper drywall, but it will give you the rating necessary to give you the maximum mold resistance in the industry today. This product, like I said, with the conjunction of the paper and the water resistant board, will give you a rating of 10, which is the best available. Therefore, the homeowner won't have to worry in the future during the construction process or later on down the road.
Now, how about in the bathroom? Because that's a place where mold is just going to get there. It is.
Right. The industry makes specialty boards that are special use for the tiles. And they use paperless gypsum with a fiberglass mesh facer on each side. Then they're chemically bonded with an acrylic coating so that you don't have the alkaline reactions with the thin set mortars and whenever you're putting up the tile on the wall.
Okay, so when we talk about paperless, it's not that just the gypsum's there with no protection. This has got fiberglass on it that keeps it together.
Mesh facers, a lot like paper here. There'd be a dense fiberglass mesh
Okay.
facer.
It doesn't attract the mold. It
Doesn't
hold
attract the
it,
mold. There
Okay.
again, this product has the mold resistance of 10.
Okay, so if you are going to be doing a remodeling job around your house, and you know, one of the most popular ones, of course, is new bathrooms. You should go that extra step and tear out that drywall that you have in there now and put in some of the newer products.
Yeah, as you well know, the industry changes and newer products come out, newer innovations. So if you do have an old drywall in there, may not be the product of choice today, may not give you the performance you want today.
Okay.
So therefore, spend a little bit extra money, go ahead and put the new products in, make sure that you have all the products working together.
Yeah, and that's really a reasonable investment when you consider what you're protecting, which is, you know, the structural quality of your
Right.
home and the air quality within your house as
Yeah.
well. And after all, it is called remodeling, which
Yeah.
means we need to remodel up to an earlier, newer performance level. Okay, one of the other things that you hear about new house construction all the time is about nail pops and screw pops in the wall. Can that be eliminated in drywall?
I don't think it can actually be totally eliminated in the house, but it can be minimized. Typically, where you see a lot of nail pops is because of the house settling or the moisture that's in the walls or the framing members. And typically, if you try to reduce the amount of settling and also the moisture that's in the walls, but also using the correct length of the screws and the nails is important to consider. And then if you do have the nail pops, which I think you will, no matter what construction you do, always let this house go through a heating and cooling cycle before you decide to fix it. You'll have a lot better relationship with your builder and your subcontractors if you wait and let
Okay,
them
so
come and
you're
fix it one
telling me
time.
as a decorator, I'm not going to be able to paint my walls colors for a year? That's what
Well,
you recommend?
As you well know, if you're getting some of those red colors and you're painting that wall 4 times, a painter is not going to like it.
Okay, well, these are great tips and great pointers. I really appreciate it, Don. And there's a lot of walls in this house, and we certainly want them to be smooth and structurally sound and mold resistant. Thanks a lot, Don. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
You ask a homeowner what they don't like about their house, and they're probably going to tell you the lack of storage space. You know, we can never have enough. So when we designed this house, we wanted to make sure we got in plenty of closets. We have a pantry, in fact, so we can do a lot of storage in there, and cabinetry. You know, cabinets are your #1 source for storage in almost everybody's home. In our house here, we have, of course, kitchen cabinets, which we're working on right now. We have cabinets in the master bathroom. We have cabinets in an office. We have a study area. We have the boys and girls bathroom upstairs, and downstairs we even have a full bar that's going in, so lots of cabinets. So what did that mean for us? Lots of decisions. Now, the first thing you want to keep in mind is that you're going to be making these choices long before you're at this stage, because it takes 8 to 10 and even 12 weeks, some places, to get your cabinets delivered. And you know, when you're building a new house or doing a remodeling project, anytime you delay the construction process, it's going to cost you money. So this is a decision you need to make right up front. Now, basically, there are 3 different types of cabinets that you can work with. There's what we call stock cabinets, and those are cabinets that come in a certain size. They have 30-inch, 24-inch, and they're usually the most affordable, but they do limit you somewhat on what you can work with because you have to make certain adjustments. And then you also have your semi-custom cabinets. That's where you mix a little bit together with custom cabinets, with stock cabinets. And then, of course, you've got your pure out-and-out custom cabinetry. We decided to go with the middle. We're working with stock cabinets, and then we're going to add a personal touch of some custom cabinetry as well. The next thing you're going to need to decide is your door style. Now, this is what we're using here in the kitchen, and this is what we call a recessed door panel. See how it's flat and it's behind the molding? Another type of cabinet that's very popular, and that's a raised panel. And this is what we're putting in the master bathroom suite. So those are 2 of your most basic styles of cabinets that you have to work with. Sometimes your molding will be less decorative than this style. Maybe it's more of a shaker style like we're using in the boys' bathroom upstairs. But those are your 2 basic patterns that you have to choose from. Now, when you're working with stock cabinets, custom cabinets, or semi-custom, you're going to have lots of colors to choose from, lots of glazes to select from. And in this case, we're also using some great accessory pieces. We have a turned post on each one of the corners of our big island, and then a corporal as well. So there's lots of great fun things that we're going to be working with. Now, This is the area right here where we're going to be doing that custom cabinetry. And we're going to have our range right here, our gas range. And instead of using the hood that would normally come with this particular kitchen set, our builder, Eric Johnson, is designing a custom hood that will mirror the same fireplace mantle on the other end of the room. Then you'll have this beautiful mirrored image and it'll have a great look to it. Let's check in with Eric and see how great that plan's coming along. Eric, how are you coming along with our design?
Coming along really well. I think we have finalized some ideas.
Okay.
And what we're trying to do is take the vernacular of this house, the old traditional Southern home, and try to take the elements that we'd find back then and put it in here.
Okay.
We're trying to do that with the kitchen mantle over the hood piece, over the range, and then tied in with the mantelpiece over here.
So they're kind of mirrored images, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Bookends.
All right, so this is all stock cabinets, as we were talking about, but this is our custom portion.
Yes.
So walk me through what you're going to do here.
Well, it's a great opportunity at this point to take our personality and stuff and some things that we like and mix that with the stock items that we have.
Okay.
And in here, we've chosen to use these gorgeous Southern yellow pine beams, 8x8 beams.
It's going to be gorgeous.
We're going to distress them. We're using them in 3 different areas in the house, so they tie all these different rooms together.
I like that.
We are going to put a little stain on them, take some of the orange and red out of it, and then up above here, we're going to do a plaster system, like an old horsehair plaster kind of idea.
Not stucco. It's going to be a little different than that?
Absolutely. And
Okay.
it's very old-fashioned. It's very specific to its period. It makes the house look very stately and all that. And so that's what's going to be on this side.
It'll be smooth other than rough texture. There won't be any trim on it.
Absolutely. And we're going to taper it all the way up into here, make it look like it's going into
like
the
a
throat of
fireplace,
something.
yeah. Okay. All right, right it between the beams.
Now on this side, we're going to go ahead and try to mirror that with a large pine piece that comes across here again.
Okay.
We're going to hold it up with 2 more pine pieces right here.
All right.
And we're going to take all of our brick work and work up to it. And that brick is very specific to the low country of South Carolina.
Which is what we're trying to get in
Yep,
here.
and it's white and it's pink. It's very appropriate.
Okay.
Now up above, we want to have room for a large family portrait up here.
That's real Southern too, isn't it?
Very much so. But I have to tie these built-ins in with this to make it all look like one piece. So we're going to make head pieces up here.
All right, just like a crown
Excuse my
molding
great
to it.
artwork here. And we come across here and put another head piece up here. All that comes across with a little light down here for the family portrait. And this is all made out of woodwork.
Okay.
And then we start filling in the pieces over here, and our carpenters will do all this work on site for the built-ins and the shelves up above.
Going to be any TV over here at all?
No, they're not
Perfect.
planning
You know, I
on it.
love that.
Yep.
Okay, well, I think that this is a great look for us. It solved the problem. You and I have gone back and forth about how are we going to do this. So, you know, I'm happy with the plan, and I know the carpenters are waiting for you to get them the plan so that they can get started, because the cabinet guy said, we can't go any further until Eric tells us what he's doing.
Well, if you like it, then we're going to go forward with it.
Go ahead. Be my
Thanks.
guest.
Appreciate
All right?
it.
Now, this house has got lots of personality, and Eric was talking about the fireplace. We have 2 fireplaces in this house. We have one, of course, in the living room, and then we have one downstairs in the basement. So when you're considering a fireplace for your house, you've got several different questions. First of all, let's talk about the 3 different kinds of fireplaces. There are fireplaces that are wood burning, real traditional style. Then there's gas fireplaces, and then there's electric. Now, we chose a gas log for ours because, especially in the living room, it's a lot less messy. And if you're trying to stay green, when the fumes are emitted out of your fireplace with gas, it is less of an impact on the environment than if you're burning wood. So that's something to keep in mind as well. We decided not to do electric because electric, even though it has a nice look to it, it can't really heat the room. It won't put out any heat. Now, there were 2 other choices that we had to make. Based upon where your fireplace is located in your house, a direct vent fireplace can only be installed on the outside wall. And what that means is there's a vent, a direct vent, less than 5-foot run that goes right through to the outside wall. Well, that's not possible because we have a master suite on the other side of this wall. So we have what's called a B vent. We have a chimney that goes all the way up through the house, and the same is true for the one downstairs. Now, this is a large opening. It gives us a really great view of the fire in here. I love the herringbone pattern in the brick in the back. It really looks traditional for us in style. The logs, once we're past this messy construction stage, then we'll go in and do the cleanup, put the gas logs in there, and it'll be a beautiful fireplace for us to work with. Now, some other decisions we had to make in this room have to do, not down here, but up there. The ceiling, we're going to take that southern pine and big 8-inch beams, and we're going to create a real kind of barn look. We're going to have beams that are going to follow the peaks of our roof in this area. We're going to have some cross beams going across, and we're going to bolt those in with a couple of big black carriage house bolts. So it'll look just like if you walked into a barn. Remember, we're trying to make this look like a southern home that's been here for 100 years. So by matching our fireplace and our mantel and tying it in with the beams like Eric was talking about, we'll be well on our way to really establishing the kind of charming character we want for this space. Another great addition that we're adding to our custom home is a dome in the entrance to the master bedroom suite. Now, this dome is a lightweight piece and it's made from urethane. It can be painted or faux finished once it's installed. Domes like this usually come in a round or an oval shape. It comes in one piece, so the installation was very simple. A center hole can be cut or drilled through to allow electric wires to be pulled through so we can hang a chandelier down from the dome. Adding this sort of architectural accent can reinvent the style of your home. It is made from urethane and PVC products, making it waterproof. Also, it's environmentally friendly. The dome is made from wood alternatives, so it reduces the depletion of trees. You could use this dome indoors or outdoors. We have 3 great porches on this house. Now, 2 of them are ground level, so all we had to do was put down a cement base. But for this elevated patio, we had to do a little extra step. Below here is our home office, and then over on the other side of our porch, below that is the downstairs patio. So we don't want to have any moisture or water running through. To eliminate that problem, our masons came in and they put this rubber membrane down all the way across the porch. They've even taken the flashing up on the side of the house and they've sealed it everywhere that there's a seam or an edge to it. This way there won't be any water penetrating through this down to the areas below. Then our mason's going to come in and lay down a nice thin layer of mortar and start setting our stone. Most homeowners nowadays are really concerned with trying to stay as green as possible. And you know, just a few minor changes can really ease the burden that we put on our environment as well as on our pocketbooks. So when we started designing this house, we wanted to stay as green as we could. Not the color, but with the environmental choices we made. We have a lot of bathrooms, so we wanted to conserve water. Here to give us some tips on how to do it is conservation expert Judd from Kohler. Hey Shane, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing really great. You know, you've walked around the house, you've looked at all the bathrooms we have here.
Yeah.
We got a lot of them, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, how vital is it for homeowners to be concerned with how much water they're consuming on a daily basis?
You know, 36 states in the U.S. are going to face a water shortage by 2013.
Wow.
So it's really important that you think about how to save water in your home. It's very easy and inexpensive. In fact, we talk about a 1, 2, 3 for homeowners.
What's a 1, 2, 3?
Yeah. Changing out into a high-efficiency toilet, putting in a high-efficiency shower head, and then changing your faucet to low-flow aerators, and very inexpensive, easy way to save water.
Okay, well, you know, we're building a new home here, so of course everything's going to be new and probably the state of the art everywhere we go.
Yeah.
But how about if you're doing a remodeling project at your house? Now, I've heard one of the ways that you can save water with your toilet is by like putting a brick in the back or floating a bottle of water back there to take up some space. Does that really work?
You know, there's no need to do that. Toilets have come a long way since the days of a brick in the tank. Toilets have an engine in them, and that engine has gotten much more efficient and powerful at delivering water. So we can deliver water with a lot more power than we could 10, 15 years ago.
So if your toilet is, say, older than 1994, you probably are much better off to get something new to do that remodeling job.
Absolutely. Use less water, more efficient. It not only uses less water, but it'll save you some money in your pocketbook.
That's absolutely what we're after here. Okay, let's talk about shower heads, because boy, you know, that's a lot of water that goes through those showers.
It is. You know, and that's probably one of the easiest ways to save water is you can simply just change out your shower head, save 30% on what you're consuming. We figured that an average family of 4 could save 7,500 gallons of water per year.
Wow, that's a lot of water.
It is.
Yeah, and I think we've got like 5 showers in this house, so that's really important. Now, what are some other ways around the home that we can conserve water?
You know, our bath faucet might be the easiest one of all. You know, all our bath faucets now ship with 30% less water. So just by changing out a little low-flow aerator, you can save water, but you really can't discern the difference between washing your hands and brushing your teeth.
Okay, so is that something you can put onto an existing faucet in your house? You could do that, or if you're doing a remodeling, then get one that has it on it so you can start saving water that way.
Absolutely. You wouldn't even know the difference, but yet you're saving water.
Let's talk about style and
Sure.
let's talk about color, because you know, when we're planning any project, whether you're remodeling or new, you want to get what's really popular. So what's the trend right now?
Yeah, well, you know, you see freestanding baths. That's become a really popular trend, and you know, one of the things that helps highlight the space of the bathroom is looking at that beautiful design of that bath.
Yeah, rather than the big square jacuzzi like we used to have in the corner. So that's a new trend.
Yeah.
And we're using one of those in this house as well. Now, how about the colors of finishes? Because used to be it was either silver or brass, but that's not the way it is anymore.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of really fun finishes on faucets now. You see brushed finishes, not only because they look so beautiful and have an enduring design, but they're easy to maintain.
Well, you know, it's really nice to know that if you want to be more green around your house, there are things that you can do, whether you're remodeling or you're building new, by just selecting the right plumbing fixtures. Thanks a lot for these tips, Shane. I really appreciate it. We talk about decisions all the time, and your head's got to be spinning with how do you keep them all straight? Well, why don't you try a technique that's worked for me for years? And that's these great little plastic project boxes. You could use a file folder, but the problem is not everything lays flat in your dream world, so you need to be able to have a container for it. Now, in my particular ones, I make one for every single room in a house. That way I can keep everything straight. Start out, first of all, by collecting photographs of rooms maybe you see at another show house that you really like, or maybe it's something you've just torn out of a magazine, but never lose sight of your original inspiration. The next thing is a blueprint. A blueprint is really helpful because you need to know if that great antique you find is going to fit along that wall or not. So take some real detailed measurements of every bit of the room and label them onto your plan. Now, as you thumb through magazines, you're going to get ideas for maybe bedding that you would like for that room. And then as you start to narrow those choices down, then that's when you're going to have those three-dimensional samples. For example, your cabinets that you're going to be picking out, you want to get a sample of these from your cabinet shop and keep them handy because you're going to need to match a lot of things with them, like your tile, maybe your countertops. In addition to that, you have paint that you're selecting, the lamps that you may want to go into that room, as well as any fabrics that you're going to be using. And if you're like me, I do a lot of ordering of my furniture over the internet. Just go ahead and print out that page so you have all the dimensions of the furniture that you're going to use in this room. And then, don't forget your great pictures in there. These close up nice and even. Take a great shopping bag. These will slide right inside of it, and you can just keep lining it up one room right after the other into your bag. So you put these in the back of the car. Whenever you're out shopping, you know exactly the information that you need if you find a great find. Now, something else to put in your shopping bag as you go is a camera, because you know you're going to want to take pictures of great things that you find along the way, or maybe some other ideas at friend's house. Then stickers. Stickers are great for you to label the color of the carpeting or the rugs you're working with, or rooms that you might want to use. And a notebook. Always have a notebook handy with you so you can write down sizes, dimensions, addresses, phone numbers, and then that little notebook, along with your camera, your stickers, and your little plastic boxes, will keep you organized, because when you're doing a 5,700 square foot house, you better stay on track. Well, our home's personality is shaping up rather nicely, don't you think? Now, next time we're going to be fine-tuning that personality by making important decisions about carpeting, flooring, tile, and then I think it's time we give this lot a little curb appeal. Hope you'll join me next time on FYH.
If you would like additional information about today's guests or project ideas, please visit us on the web at foryourhome.com. We will do our best to help you out. For Your Home is made possible by
Shaw Floors offers distinctive flooring options to fit a variety of decors. Shaw strives to have a positive impact on the environment by producing recyclable products like Anso nylon carpets and Epic hardwoods. Shaw, where great floors begin.
and by Ames. Ames True Timber has offered innovative landscape products since 1774, providing non-powered lawn and garden tools, wheelbarrows and lawn carts, watering products and decorative accessories, including planters. And by
Custom Home Furnishings Academy, where the professionals learn to sew window treatments.